The following brief presentation will go over some, but not all, of the key points in Chapter 3 of Sensoy and DiAngelo. In Chapter 3, Sensoy and DiAngelo introduce us to prejudice and discrimination. According to the authors, prejudice is learned prejudgment towards social others and refers to internal thoughts, feelings, attitudes, and assumptions based on the groups to which they belong. Psychologists define prejudice as unjustified or incorrect attitude, usually negative, towards an individual based solely on the individual's membership of a social group. Notice that in both definitions, assumptions are made based on the group or groups to which a person belongs. Although some prejudices are thought of as positive prejudices, for example, Chinese heritage students are good at math, prejudice is always unfair because it is never earned by the individual but imposed by ideas about the group that the individual belongs to, also known as stereotypes. Stereotypes refer to reduced or simplified characteristics attributed to a group. When we add value to these stereotypes, for example, women are better teachers than men, or parents who volunteer at school care more about their child's education than those who don't volunteer, we are often led to make prejudgments. The socialization of stereotype runs deep, making stereotypes widespread and shared by members of a particular group. Together, stereotypes and prejudice can lead to discrimination, or action based on prejudice towards others. As defined by psychologists, discrimination is the behavior or actions, usually negative, towards an individual or group of people, especially on the basis of sex, race, social class, etc. When we discriminate, we are acting on our prejudices, which are informed by our stereotypes. How we think about people determines how we act towards them. Here's a visual representation of the elements of discrimination. Stereotypes, or the reduced or simplified characteristics attributed to a group, plus value, causes us to prejudge individuals based on the group or groups to which they belong. Acting on our prejudices leads to discrimination, or unfavorable treatment towards others. While the term discrimination is used generally to refer to the unfavorable, unjust, and unequal treatment of certain individuals, the following lists some of the specific types of discrimination enacted towards others. Please take a few moments to read through them. As Sensoy and DiAngelo remind us, everyone holds prejudices, often due to socialization, prejudices that are both negative and positive. Usually, people are unaware that the prejudices they hold are unacceptable, and thus they try to deny that those prejudices exist. But if we are to avoid allowing our prejudices to dictate our actions, in other words, if we are to avoid discrimination, we must be aware of our prejudices, which requires conscious, active, and honest effort.